everyone, and welcome to today's General Hospital recap. As always, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any of our videos or recaps. Let's get right to it because today was quite a day on General Hospital. At Nell's, Nell is packing up the apartment, and I was like, is that the set from Abby's apartment? Because I think it is, and I might have mentioned it, but I might not have. I don't remember. And she comes across the ice skating keychain, and she thinks about Michael, and then Carly's at the door dropping off her last paycheck and tells her to stay away from her family. Nell is unimpressed. So Carly wants to finish their business. And Nell shows Carly the rattle and says that, Frank kept this because he always wanted a piece of her with him. And, if he was such a deadbeat, then why would he do that? And Carly says that that's garbage. He probably just wanted to pawn it and couldn't get any money for it. Frank didn't want anything from her until she was married and rich. Nell still sees Frank as the saint, and that he always reached out to Carly, and Carly says he only asked for money. And Nell says she can prove she's lying and has a bunch of letters addressed to Carly that were returned unopened. But she did write him back the first time, and she has that letter, because why wouldn't she? She refers to Frank's daughter as a little brat, and Nell follows up with, you cared about his little brat when you needed a kidney for yours. Carly again says she never asked Frank for a kidney, and Nell still thinks she asked him. And until she could ask anyone else who thought Jake Weber was the donor, because seriously, we all lived through that. In Michael's office, I know he's so grown up. Sonny comes to apologize to Michael. He isn't expecting to be forgiven, but he does want to talk. Michael says that no one really owes him honesty. He wasn't in a relationship with Nell, and they weren't committed. And honestly, I think that's really sad, in a way. And that Sonny owes an apology to Carly. Sonny didn't want this to happen. He thought Nell was nice. He couldn't do anything that night, he was so drunk, and Nell saw that, and she used that, and then planted evidence and taped conversations, and Michael, he sees she was plotting, and he hates that he didn't, see who she was, and Sonny says they were all fooled. Michael says she tried to stop what she put in motion, but, not really, because she could have put an end to all of it, but we know that they don't, and he's so conflicted, but Michael doesn't understand why Sonny didn't warn them, why not tell the truth, and he literally, brings up all the points Carly did. He's definitely her son, and yeah, he has a point. Just, Sonny could have stopped all this if he just took a second. Misha's right here. She's not feeling good today. In court, Nina comes in. Valentine doesn't look thrilled, but she's ready to give her statement. Lante thinks it's a disaster, and Laura says, well, maybe not, maybe not. She has faith. Whether that faith is founded, we will see. So Nina says that, their relationship grew very fast, and it was shocking to all, and it wasn't met with cheers, and people saw them as a sham so Valentine could retain custody, but that's not the truth. She loves him, he loves her, and she sees a capacity to love and nurture, and, she loves Charlotte, and they can provide a loving home, and Lulu's just being blinded by, finding out that she has a daughter and wanting to actually spend time with her. What? God, Lulu, get a grip. So Laura's furious, needless to say. Lulu doesn't want to compromise, not anymore, and she wants DIANE to use her nuclear option. So Nora tells Nina what she said was better, in private, what she said was better than anything she could have scripted, and Nina's like, well, I just told the truth, right? And Nina tells Valentine that they're worth the fight. She's not done with it. They have to finish up, but, she's not gonna, put all this at risk for that fight. So DIANE wants to file an emergency petition for sole custody because Valentine committed a Class 1 felony. He kidnapped his own daughter. So Nora tries to stop it, but Valentine wants to answer these questions that DIANE has. So Nora gets a statement on the record, but DIANE does get to ask her questions. So kidnapping has a broader meaning. One parent denying the other parent any contact. Nora tries to clear that up. In the last few months, yes, he did, facilitate meetings between them, but when was he first aware of the fact that Lulu was her mother? And he says he knew since the embryo, and he never, Diane's making the point that he never went to tell her, even when he was in Port Charles, he never went out of his way to tell Lulu. It's only after Lulu confronted him that he ever said anything, and that he has deliberately manipulated the situation. Like, of course he knows all these things about Charlotte, like, that, exactly, like, that's the point. So Laura goes over to Nina. Nina says she did take their talk to heart, but Laura leaves things ominous, and Laura leaves things ominous. Nora is impressed with Diane, but not scared, and I think she should be, and I think secretly maybe she is a little. At General Hospital, Jordan tells Julian there's no sign of Anna or Liv, and Julian says she's underneath the hospital. Jordan doesn't understand. Julian says she's obsessed, and Dr. Monroe is unaccounted for. His life absolutely could be in danger. Rudge comes into Julian's room to tie up loose ends. Julian hits the nurse button, and Rudge tries to smother him, and Felix comes in and saves him. In the Cassadine lab, under the hospital, Griffin says he's Duke. Anna tries to stop him, but he's like, no, stay out of it, Anna. She says, Liv says there was more to do, like this shouldn't have been enough, but he takes one for the team and, like, really sells this whole Duke thing. And then, like, OMG, she sees, like, the real Duke, which means we get to see the real Duke, and I'm like, oh my god, I miss Duke! Griffin makes a face at Anna as he's hugging Liv, so she can, like, wrap her hand and get out of there. But Liv finally, like, remembers Anna's there, and, like, what about her? So, Griffin says, well, Duke says he's grown beyond Anna, and his heart belongs to Liv, and she can't hang on to Anna, you know, she shouldn't hang on to the past. And he goes over to her, wraps her hand, and tells her to leave. Like, the best thing you can do is leave. But she won't leave. Duke tells her to again, but Liv pulls a gun on Anna. So Duke tells Liv that they'll be long gone, so it doesn't matter what Anna does. And Liv doesn't want to witness. She's intent on killing Anna. And he says that, you know, by killing Anna, it would bring the authorities into it, and they would reverse what she did, like all her hard work to bring him back. And Anna says that she wouldn't want Duke to go away, so she wouldn't say anything. So he says so then he's like, okay, I understand why Anna has to go, but I should be the one to pull the trigger. That way I can be truly free. And of course, Liv is over the moon that Duke wants to kill Anna, so she's like, yeah, go right ahead, here you go. And then when he has the gun, he holds it right on Olivia. So Liv is confused, you know, she saw the candle go out, so, like, you know, the candle went out, guys. And then there's flashbacks going on between, like, obviously the real Duke and her, and then back to now, Duke morphs back into Griffin for her, and she attacks him, and, like, why did we not shoot her before we did all that? A kneecap or something? Nothing? A foot? No? Anna grabs Olivia off of Griffin. Griffin gets the gun back, and she says she knows something Anna doesn't know, and I was like, I bet this could have something to do with Robin. Also, while all this is going on, Jordan does go down the basement. She sees fingerprints on the wall, the secret wall with the secret door. I guess it's not a secret wall, it's a secret door. But she gets a call that Julian was just attacked, so she has to leave the basement. Back upstairs in General Hospital, Julian answers Jordan's questions, and he says nobody is safe. Jordan puts General Hospital under complete lockdown, and all ambulances are diverted to Mercy. Felix tells Jordan that he saw Rudge, or the guy, you know, that attacked Julian, go down the stairwell, so she's headed after him. And now, end scene. Sonny mostly said that things are bad he's mostly sad that things are bad between him and Michael, and Michael's just disappointed because he knows he's better than this and has done better than this, and Sonny will show him he's better than this, and he mentions Michael's gift for forgiveness, and I was like, where you go with that? But he basically tells him not to do that with Nell, like, she's not worth it, don't let things go, don't do that with her. Carly says that she believed Jocelyn's donor was Jake Weber, obviously, and she has no idea how Jocelyn wound up with Nell's kidney. She doesn't know what happened behind the scenes, and Nell says that someone had to arrange it. Who did it? We know who did it. Jack's come back onto the scene. We need you to figure this out. Carly doesn't hold it against her that Frank did a number on her, but she would appreciate some honesty, like maybe she came up to her and been like, hey, look, this is who I am, what's going on here, this is what he told me. But going after her family is unforgivable, and she'll find out what payback really is if she comes back. And Nell is furious overall, did her plan really work, or is she the one who really got her here? But she's decided she's going to stay in Port Charles, and I'm like, well, that's just lovely. The hearing is back in session. There's merit to both sides, but who can provide a stable home? They've yet to hear from Charlotte. So instead of Charlotte like coming right into the courtroom and talking right straight to them, she's going to be evaluated by a psychiatrist, and and I think that's probably the best thing that could happen, because that way, like, kind of Valentine is out of the picture. Like, he can't, like, no one can manipulate her. Like, it will just be her. And DIANE is reprimanded for her petition, but she seems fine with that. Nora is hopeful, but she hopes there's no skeletons in either of their closets that could come back against them. Valentine's sure he's cleared everything away, but Nina's kind of been in Ferncliff a few times, kidnapped a child, attacked a woman, and stole said child. I mean, and she wasn't acquitted for any of that. She went to Ferncliff for it. So that's not gonna look good. Can't wait. Does Valentine know that? Because he just knows her as high-powered business, Nina. Does he even know? Did he do his homework, or did he just take her at face value? Oh my goodness, I'm so interested in this. DIANE says this is the best thing that could possibly happen, so that gives me hope. Jordan is back in the basement and opens the secret door, and then she's hit on the back of the head by someone with, like, a pipe or something. Liv says, fine, Anna can turn her into the police, but then she'll never know what she did to Robin, who has been conspicuously absent. So, and then in the promo, she says something about their history coming back to haunt Anna. Well, Robin's pregnant, so, I mean, are they gonna do, like, this whole, almost like a repeat of, like, Robin in the elevator, and Anna has to, like, save her, or else she could, like, the same thing that happened to Anna could happen to Robin. Like, I feel like they're gonna go full circle with this, which I kind of really like, hopefully, with the little caveat that Robin and the baby are perfectly fine. That's the only way I would be happy with full circle. Full circle where Robin loses. No. That's not gonna fly with me, okay? You don't bring Robin back to devastate her. Not gonna happen on my watch. But in any event, thank you so much for watching today's recap. I will see you tomorrow for more German Hospital, and I hope you have a great day. Bye!